The sun dipped low behind the Arizona mountains, painting the sky in fiery hues of orange and purple. Jack Reynolds, a 37-year-old Army veteran, walked slowly down a quiet road, his worn boots thudding against the pavement, each step echoing the weight of a life shaped by war and silence. It had been 2 years since Jack left the service, 2 years of trying to fill a void that therapy, work, and distractions couldn't reach. But no matter what he did, something was always missing. Rex, his war dog, his partner, his shadow on the battlefield. Rex had been retired after an injury, placed into a shelter far from the life they once shared. And now, here Jack was, approaching a modest, weathered animal shelter, its rusty fences lined with barking dogs and the smell of disinfectant thick in the air. His sister Emily had urged him to go. She believed a dog might help pull him back from the emotional brink. He wasn't convinced, until a young shelter worker approached. "Mr. Reynolds, we have a German Shepherd in the back you might want to see. Came in a few weeks ago, but he's different." Jack's heart skipped. He didn't say a word, just followed her. They entered a more secluded part of the shelter, and there, in the farthest cage, lay a large German Shepherd, black and tan fur, still, quiet, eyes tired, spirit distant. But Jack knew instantly. "Rex," he whispered, barely audible. The dog raised his head slowly, looked at Jack, but there was no recognition. No tail wag, no sign of the bond they once shared, just emptiness. "He doesn't recognize me," Jack murmured, stepping back. The pain hit like a wave, but something deeper held him there. He couldn't leave. He wouldn't. "He's been through a lot," the staff member said gently. "Came from a shelter out of state. Anxiety. Doesn't trust people anymore." Jack nodded slowly. "He was my partner, my best friend." Memories surged, missions under fire, quiet nights huddled in foreign sands, Rex standing between him and death. And now, Rex didn't know him at all. The cage creaked open. Jack knelt down. "Hey, buddy, it's me, Jack." Rex stared, unblinking, muscles tense. He didn't move. The staff member offered a solution. "Would you like to spend some time with him? We can go to the play yard." Jack agreed instantly. Outside, Rex kept his distance. He sniffed the air, always alert, but never at ease. Jack watched every movement, every hesitation. He saw not just a wounded dog, but a mirror of himself. As the sun sank below the horizon, Jack made a decision. "I'm taking him home," he said firmly. "No matter how long it takes, I'll bring him back." There was something in his voice, a flicker of the soldier, a promise. The drive home was silent. Rex lay in the back of the truck, eyes fixed out the window. Not once did he look at Jack. At the house, a modest property on the town's edge, Jack opened the door. "Welcome to your new home, boy," he said, trying to sound cheerful. But Rex paused, cautious, tense. Inside, Jack had prepared everything. A cozy corner with a bed, food, toys. But Rex just stood in the entryway, still and suspicious. Later, as Jack prepared dinner, memories washed over him. Rex used to race to him, full of energy, devotion, purpose. Now, he barely moved. "I know how you feel, buddy," Jack said softly. "I feel the same way. Lost." That night, Jack left his bedroom door open, and when he turned out the lights, he heard paws. Not close, but near. Rex lay down just outside the room, and Jack smiled in the dark. It was a start. At sunrise, Rex sat quietly near the bedroom door, watching. No tail wag, no approach, but watching. Jack tried to reconnect throughout the day, offering food, toys, even tossing a tennis ball. Rex responded to none of it, only ate when Jack left the room. The distance remained, not just physical, but buried under trauma. Then Jack remembered something. He reached into an old box in his closet and pulled out his mission vest, still stained with the dust of war. The vest they'd both worn into danger. The smell of sweat, sand, and memory hit hard. Let's see if you remember this, boy. Jack brought it to the backyard, laid it down, stepped back. Rex approached slowly, sniffed it. For a moment, his eyes flickered. Something stirred. A spark. But it was gone as quickly as it came. He retreated again, tail low. Jack sat on the porch that night, staring at the stars. "I'm not giving up on you," he said aloud. "You didn't give up on me, and I won't give up now." Hours later, Jack awoke to soft scratching. He turned, and there at the foot of the bed was Rex, lying still, eyes half closed. Jack said nothing, just smiled in the dark. The distance was shrinking. It was small, but real. Healing isn't a moment, it's a journey. And for Jack and Rex, it has only just begun. Want to know what happens next? Will Rex finally remember their unbreakable bond? Can Jack find purpose again through the dog who once saved him? Leave a like to support this story. Subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of Jack and Rex's emotional reunion. Because sometimes, the person who needs saving is the one who once saved you.